James and the Express. Sometimes Gordon and Henry slept in James's shed, and they would talk about nothing but bootlaces. James would talk about engines who got shut up in a tunnel, and engines that got stuck on hills, but they wouldn't listen and went on talking and laughing. "You talk too much, little James," Gordon would say. "A fine, strong engine like me has something to talk about. I'm the only engine who can pull the Express. If I wasn't here, they would need 2 engines. Think of that. I've pulled Expresses for years and have never once lost my way. I seem to know the right thing by instinct," said Gordon proudly. "Every wise engine knows, of course, that the signalman works at a point to make an engine run along the right line." But Gordon was so proud that he forgot. "Wake up, James," he said the next morning. "It's nearly time for the Express. What are you doing? Odd jobs? Ah, well, we all have to begin somewhere, don't we? Run along now. Get my express coaches. Don't be late." James went to get Gordon's coaches. They were all new and shining, with lovely new paint. He was careful not to bump them as they followed him smoothly into the station, singing happily, "We're going away! We're going away!" "I wish I could come with you," said James. "I should love to pull the express and go flying along the line." He left them in the station and went back to the yard. Just as Gordon, with much noise, blew out steam and backed down to the train. The Fat Controller was on the train with many other important people, and as soon as he heard the guard's whistle, Gordon started. "Look at me now! Look at me now!" he puffed, and the coaches glided after him out of the station. "Poop, poop, 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 poop. Goodbye, little James. See you tomorrow." James watched the train disappear around the curve and then went back to working. He pushed some trucks into their proper sidings and went to fetch another train. He brought the coaches into the platform and was just being uncoupled when he heard a mournful shh, 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 and there was Gordon trying to slide into the station without being noticed. "Hello, Gordon. Is it tomorrow?" asked James to Gordon. He just let off steam. "Did you lose your way, Gordon?" "No, I was switched off the main line," he answered crossly. "I had to go all the way around and back." "Perhaps it was instincts," said James brightly. Meanwhile, all the passengers hurried to the booking office. "We want our money back," they shouted. Everyone was making noise, but the Fat Controller climbed on a trolley and blew the guard's whistle as loud as he could, and they all stopped and looked at him. Then he promised them a new engine. "Gordon can't do it," he said. "Will you pull it for us, James?" "Yes, sir, I'll try." So James was coupled and everyone got in again. "Do your best, James," said the Fat Controller kindly. Just then the whistle blew, and he had to run to get in. Come along," he puffed. You're pulling us well," sang the coaches. Hurry, hurry, hurry," puffed James. Stations and bridges flashed by. Passengers leaned out of their windows and cheered. And soon they reached their terminus. Everyone said thank you to James. "Well done," said the Fat Controller. "Would you like to pull the express sometimes?" "Oh, yes, please," answered James happily. Next day, when James came by, Gordon was pushing trucks in the yard. "I like some quiet work for a change," he said. I'm teaching these trucks manners. You did well with those coaches, I hear. Good. We'll show them. And he gave the trucks a bump, making them cry, "Oh, oh, oh, oh." James and Gordon are now good friends. James sometimes takes the express to give Gordon a rest. Gordon never talks about bootlaces, and they are both quite agreed on the subject of trucks.